First off, there are spoilers ahead, so click off instead of crying like a little bitch later. Now let's talk about Black Adam the movie. This movie opens like any usual movie would open. First we see the Black Adam logo on the screen, and uniquely we see credits rolling even before the movie begin, and then Henry Cavill invites Black Adam to a talk show hosted by this bitch, and then the movie ends. Literally. Now if you want to hear a story about a demigod kind of guy fighting good guys and bad guys with lightning and a person that can grow big, or a black guy that have wings, or a doctor that can see the future, then sure, here we go. The movie Black Adam is about a guy that is not a god, that have wings made from nanobot kind of technology and want to preserve international peace by killing or imprisoning a god with stick made of metal that can bend energy or even absorb it. And again, this is coming from someone that haven't dug into this guy's story at all, and sadly the movie also doesn't put any emphasis on telling the story itself. Also about two guys that have powers of literal gods and demons from heaven and hell itself. Talking about hell, there is also a crown in this movie which can summon the powers of demons from the hell, which was there in Kandak and was being searched by international goons that had technology capable of phasing through solid stuff like Flash. The crown was surrounded by hundreds of big rocks and boulders. You can call it a cave. If only, it was hard to find it. If only they had a technology that was capable of phasing through solid stuff like Flash in the first place. Also, the crown at the end was conveniently floating between two stones so that anyone can get it easily. Anyway, this lady finds the crown and also the grave of the champion Black Adam, which later turns out to be villain instead of a hero, and the grave turns out to be his prison. And for a doctor that can see the future and destruction, asking the villain who was already in the prison for more than 5,000 years, who also happens to have powers equivalent to Superman, in a language like, "Fuck you, we are here to take you to the prison made by humans and we'll use force." Doesn't seem logical at all. In the first half of the movie, Justice Society and Dr. Fate was more like Dr. Late to save Kandak from a villain which was already being invaded by a foreign country to extract Eternium. Justice Society my ass in the first half. It's like blind version of Justice League. Although the movie does give each and every character a reason for their existence, like killing the demon or plotting the part to that fate, freeing Black Adam in the second half, and the most important character of them all, breaking buildings in an already underdeveloped Kandak. I was sitting in the second last row and there weren't many people in the theater when I was there because of the timings and all, but out of approximately 20 people that were there in the theater with me, I happened to sit in front of the biggest nerds I've ever seen in my entire damn life. With that said, they shouted at the top of their lungs, not when they saw Rock beating the shit out of normal humans with human guns for the majority of the movie, but when Henry Cavill said that we need to talk in the post-credit scene. They kind of recreated the scene from X-Men where Quicksilver saves everyone from explosion, whereas Black Adam in this movie kills everyone with lightning and explosion. I'm happy how they chose to introduce Black Adam, but I'm not happy with how long it lasted. But apart from what I expect from a story starring Rock, Jungles of course, their act of bending the original story was as amazing as the act of creators of The Boys bending the original story. Because let's be honest, for the few of you that went the extra mile to read the Black Adam comic before watching the movie, you know that it was equivalent to rat shit in comparison to movie. And no, I'm not gonna talk about CGI because I never had problems with DC's approach to make CGI look good. That would be a waste of time because it was fucking amazing as it always have been. I felt every zip zap, every sonic boom, every impact in my fucking veins. Not in my veins because the theater was shit. What wasn't amazing was its balance. The most story time kind of feeling that I got from this movie was in the very beginning. So this is how the movie happens. There is Kandak's history, then there is Black Adam's history, then there is action, a lot of action, and then there is the post-credit scene. And in there somewhere is a lot of modern drama and an element of fun which I absolutely loved. And if the news is true and there are a bunch of fresh brains working behind the scenes, then again, great job. It's not a fucking dark mess. But I never felt attached to any of the character in this movie at any point. It's like an arcade game. You pay for it, you play the game, you never finish the campaign of the game, and you still walk out with a feeling of satisfaction in your head and heart. But again, what else do you expect from a Rock movie? If I just wanted Rush from this movie, I would have watched Love, Death and Robots. There is no explanation of why Justice Society wasn't involved in the eradication of forces trying to find the crown when they already knew about the history of Black Adam. We're the Justice Society and we believe in avenging instead of preventing shit. What the fuck is wrong with Marvel? Wait, Black Adam the movie without any doubt is a movie fun to watch. But it's just fun to watch, not fun to listen to. Because everything that happens in this movie is a big somehow. Somehow we got to the crown, somehow the villain knew how to read ancient texts and knew how to gain power from the crown, but wasn't able to find the crown himself in the first place. Somehow a little more empowered meta-human Hawkman was able to fight with the beings that had powers from literal gods and demons but never got injured. Somehow she infiltrated the grave at the same time when they were about to raise the god from ancient Egypt. Wait. Fuck. Anyway, the point is that Marvel sucks ass too, and sucking ass in one of the aspects versus sucking ass all around is much better. And that is why Black Adam is something that I'll pay to watch again and again. Bye.